What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live stream for Crypto Tips. My name is Toby.
My name is Heidi.
All right, we were in Rome for the past week, so that's why
roaming around Rome.
we're roaming.
We didn't do that joke the whole trip.
So cheesy.
Like the pizza.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, it was really interesting.
Roaming around Rome. Come on.
It is pretty funny.
It's like,
honey.
oh man, we're
really
in
funny. I
Oman.
forgot to laugh. You know.
It's okay.
Okay, so
Such a big laugh.
here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna get into some news reports right now. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so okay, 2022. Remember that time when the IRS pretty much doubled? Okay, so they doubled
$80 million?
Yeah, $80 million.
Is it billion?
Yeah.
It's a billion.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. But okay, so there was like 70,000 IRS employees beforehand, and now there's like 70 something thousand. So they essentially doubled it with a spending bill. Now that spending bill was supposed to be for the to get rich people, to find those rich people and tax them to death. You know what I mean? But I told everyone that no, this is going to be for the poorest of people. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're going to take everything that they've got, right? And so now we have on reason.com, I don't know if that's very popular website, but it says reputable, but I've kind of balanced it out. So despite $80 billion in new funding, the agency is living up to its reputation and hassling low-income taxpayers over rich people. So overall, they're going after poor people, just as I thought they would.
Yeah, keep the poor, keep them under your thumb.
And totally away from Bitcoin.
Scared of you?
Yes.
Obedient?
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
That's the way to do it. Next up, FTX spent $40 million on hotels, flights, and food.
In 1 year.
In 2022.
1 year, $40 million.
So the stuff is just going to keep coming out of this ridiculous FTX scandal. It's so ridiculous and amazing. We're over $17,000 even after all that. Pretty nuts. Okay, so what's even more nuts is 85% of Bitcoin is not moving.
Bullish.
Yes,
Super bullish.
Very bullish. So that means that people are rather hodling rather than selling, and trading and trying to catch a bottom. If you've been in this space long enough,
they're dollar cost averaging.
Watching
this channel?
Exactly. Dollar cost averaging is incredible. And that's what I've been doing for almost a decade now. Every week to every day, regardless how much it is, I just buy. And you know what? I remember when buying the top of the market, back when it was 1,150 or something like that.
Bummer.
Yeah, I was buying. I sold my favorite camera lens. It was such a nice lens. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy one Bitcoin, right? Back then. So when it was 1,150, I got like 1,300 for the lens. And yeah, bought the very top. And then it proceeded to crash all the way back down to around 150 or something like that, $150. So yeah, talk about, and this was before crypto Twitter. This was before YouTube videos coming out.
There's 3 YouTubers talking
Nobody
about
was holding my hand.
Bitcoins.
Yeah, Mad Bitcoins. That was an OG Bitcoiner. That guy was amazing. Yeah. And I think Max Kaiser was talking about it a little bit back then, but he was mostly in gold and silver. Still, but yeah, that was really interesting times. Anyways, yes. So people that understand this space know that dollar cost averaging is the best way to do well in this space. And a lot of people make fun of us, and that is totally fine because they're going to be around for the short term. We're going to be around for the long term. Next, historically, Bitcoin
Enough said.
Tends to bottom 517 to 547 days prior to the next halving event. Okay, so right now We are under 500 days until less than 500 days away from the Bitcoin halving event, which is that's really huge news. Okay, so that's going to definitely catapult Bitcoin. It's done that every single time. I don't know why this time would be different. Next up, Bob Lucas. Really like this guy.
Also, just some points about that whole thread of that tweet about Litecoin.
Sure.
Is that typically the pump event after it basically it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. So
well,
like it pumps.
Bitcoin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So
don't hold off on that yet.
Oh my.
We're gonna talk about Litecoin in a second.
I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, because that's what I was talking. So you read what I was talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, Heidi's not listening. All right, Perma-bears. Okay, this is from Bob Lucas. The Perma-bears never sell a top. They always see a higher move. Okay. Perma-bears never buy the bottom. They always see a deeper correction. Okay.
Which would you rather be?
I'd rather be neither.
I mean, I feel like we're kind of perma bulls, if we're going to be honest.
Okay.
Because of the long-term outlook that we have.
Sure, we have
right?
a longer-term outlook and we're bullish on it. But like, as far as, I think it's good to be able to take some profit.
Oh,
either
absolutely.
way.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. Take profit, guys. That's the number one lesson you're going to learn at some point in your investment history of Bitcoin.
Yes. Will Clement says, he says on a tweet, the heavy sell pressure from Bitcoin miners that have barraged the market over the last 4 months has finally subsided now.
And
so,
that's one reason, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That's one reason why we have this in the title, why Bitcoin is pumping, is there's less sell pressure on the market from miners. There's also, not the threat of the sell pressure from the Mt. Gox custodian. There's not the sell pressure from, these bankruptcy proceedings yet of Celsius and Voyager. All these funds are locked up. So, yeah, so I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. And I think that, remember I was saying that it's okay when miners are selling off. It's okay, when hash rates drop off. It's all okay. And I get people like, oh, this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal. It's not a big deal. Man, I've been around for a long time. I can tell you this happens every single cycle. I mean, the craziest one was actually with China when they banned Bitcoin mining.
Last summer.
That was huge. When they actually destroyed, they literally went in and they just pretty much bulldozed these miners. Like they didn't even want to sell them. They just bulldozed them. Like, okay, get rid of them all. Forget it. So,
but also, like, miners aren't selling because they've lost faith in Bitcoin. They usually sell because they have operational costs that they have to pay for that they can't pay for in Bitcoin yet.
Yes, yet. So, Gouda, thank you very much for the knock 22.
Super chat, thank you.
Super chat. Hi, do you believe that this pumping is a bull trap?
Could be. It's not confirmed that we're out of a bear market.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
We're not confirmed, but like
it's a pump, so you should enjoy it. And if you're dollar cost averaging, before we saw this pump and it was again so boring in like the 16,000s for so long. That's the beauty of dollar cost averaging is that you're buying at a scheduled pace kind of no matter what. Maybe you set a range for yourself, but if the price goes down, great, it's on sale. You're not waiting explicitly for a lower price. You're not trying to perfectly time the market. And similarly, when it pumps up, you've already gained a certain position in Bitcoin already, so you can enjoy the bump in your investment price, and maybe you can take profits based on your investment plan. But that's the beauty of dollar cost averaging is that kind of as long as you're in it for the long haul, like next 5 years at least, you can take advantage. You can be happy with kind of any price movement because it's either on sale or you're going to see profit at some point.
Yeah. Let's say hi to some people.
I'm just taking my glasses on.
Dave D, good to see you. Gilami, good to see you. Okay. Guillerme, sorry. I totally butchered that.
You're from California.
Yes. Foxquake, good to see you. All right, so
Flezic,
Crypto Legend,
I hope
what's up?
you have a lovely biking morning or afternoon in Texas. I read your comment.
Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ says, please recommend.
I already answered his questions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You already answered him. Okay.
Good. Let's see. Oh. Gala mentioned something about working with The Rock on some of his movies. Not sure the details, though. I think that's what we're going to see increasingly as years move on, is this incorporation of cryptos into mainstream. Yes, a lot of celebrities are getting hit with lawsuits because they were promoting FTX, and that's a bad look, obviously. But we see MasterCard is now somehow in it with the music industry, and they're using the Polygon blockchain. And now we have here Gala in The Rock in his movies. So it's like, it's just, I think it's going to become more and more common. It's like these new partnerships.
Gala's been reaching out to a lot of people. They're really trying to ramp it up.
Yeah.
Including Heidi.
Yeah. Have not got back into them yet. But
he hasn't gone back, which I would. What do you think? Heidi should get back to Gala?
Hey, it's not going to be a sponsored post, period.
Okay.
A lot of these guys, they reach out and they say that they love our content, and sometimes they do, like Edge Wallet, Paul Poi. If you guys enjoy that interview, let me know, because I'd love to have him on again. He just seems like a really honest, down-to-earth person, and super knowledgeable as well with wallets and security and crypto. But most of them are just like copying, pasting, and sending these emails to every YouTuber that talks about crypto possible, and just trying to get some traction and, pay what they have to get their content out there. And we don't offer that on this channel.
$1 million says, how do you feel about Snowden saying that they can track Bitcoin easily?
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, it's pseudo-anonymous. It's not a privacy coin, period. That's, I think, still a common misconception about Bitcoin, is that it is easy to track because it has a public blockchain. Then you can trace the wallet history. It's basically of the coins.
Deep Random Thinker says, which project would you accumulate most during 2023? Example, Metaverse, L2s, L1s, Layer 2s, Layer 1s, DeFi, gaming exchanges, DEXs, AI, utility, NFT as well.
You go first.
Okay, so we had done a lot of,
although we're both
a bunch of trade alerts on our CT Club. If you actually want to see our trade alerts and what we were actually getting into, you can check us down, and the link is below.
Also, a portfolio update is coming out tomorrow for all the CT Club members out there wondering tomorrow.
Sure, that's great.
Yeah. Roaming around Rome, guys.
So I do think that AI is going to be pretty big. My friend's been testing out like titles and stuff. So, for instance, you type in what is going to be a popular thing that's happening in the future in regards to, say, Metaverse or something, and then it literally gives you. I forgot what the hold on. Let me find it out. Talk really quick, and then I'll get this.
Another thing that we're bullish on, and this is indicated on a new tier that we're going to be offering for our CT Club, is going to be really focused on DeFi and also decentralized exchanges, giving tutorials. Everything that we're seeing play out with centralized exchanges is just highlighting the need for decentralized platforms, for dApps. And even, there's an article too we can talk about today as well, how even though something might label itself as being a decentralized exchange or decentralized finance, DeFi, the government is clamping down, and they are slowly but surely learning some tricks, right? And so whatever is centralized, if they have centralized servers located in a certain country, if it's like one guy and he's public and it's totally easy to see that he's the one controlling the code, they could arrest that person, kind of like what happened with Tornado Cash, for example. So as these protocols are being more tested, they're going to become more robust if they are to survive. And I think there's going to be a lot of attention and money pouring into decentralized exchanges, DeFi, because people want to access crypto freely, period. Yeah. Money goes where it's treated best all the time. And we see it all the time whenever we're doing a trade alert on our CT Club, and there's people maybe from the US or from a country where they're not as able to trade those coins, let's say on a centralized exchange. They can get it on a decentralized exchange, and they have to learn how. So that's why super bullish on DEXs and DeFi.
Okay, so the AI that I was talking about is it's called ChatGPT. So for instance, you can say, you can type in, give me 5 YouTube ideas about trading that will go viral. and literally just spits it out, and it'll give you 5 of something popular. Also, there are here's and then you go, I want more, and then it says, here are 4 more ideas for YouTube videos about trading, like simple trading strategies for beginners, how to use technical analysis for trading. So this is like AI for crypto. So in other words, you can go, what are the most popular NFTs out there? What are the most popular AI projects out there, like Ocean or Fetch.ai or RLC, IRLC or whatever. There's plenty of places out there to go ahead and find this stuff, and AI is definitely going to be able to aggregate data really quick and throw it out there, and we'll be able to think for the market. It's pretty weird, interesting at the same time, and it's I don't know, kind of cool. I don't know how far this will actually go, like in the future, but right now it's kind of cool that it can give you like click titles and clickbaity stuff.
I know, but like as much as easy as that sounds, my personal first impression and reaction to that is like, okay, but I don't want to just regurgitate a lot of information that AI is getting that's already published online. I'm trying to be original. I don't watch very many, if any, YouTubers about cryptocurrency. I try to keep myself as kind of original and authentic as possible in that way. And so for me, thinking of using an AI for titling things is kind of...
Well, Archer Bullseye has a good point. He says Chat GPT is quite a bit behind on its knowledge and it's not always right. I have used a bit for research, but I have ran into a number of incorrect statements. Okay, so
thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, epic. So this is just something I found today. My friend sent me that Metafi, and he's really amazing finding these little things, and that's why I brought it up. Go think for yourself. Thank you, sir, for your $19-20.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat. I like your name also.
Definitely.
Go think yourself.
I definitely like that. I wish more people would do that. Okay, CCIP releasing in 2023. This not only leads to cross-chain communication capabilities, but do you feel it's also a future-proof link once live? Data and API providers could quickly connect to any future blockchains that emerge.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, honestly, I'm not aware, maybe I should do more research in this, of the competitors for Link, because to my knowledge, they are everywhere. Is that a concern because there's a lack of competition in that realm? Maybe. But for me, Link is a very solid cryptocurrency to be invested in. That's evidenced by how its position in our portfolio and how long we've held it for.
Yeah.
We've held it for years. We've also taken profits from it and re-entered. But yeah, we'll have to do some research on that one.
He says he's a Chainlink maxi, not to try to beat the No worries. Hey, that's one of our heavier positions that we've been accumulating during this bear market. And especially during this time of accumulation. So, yeah. A lot of people are actually...
Every time I hear the word accumulation, even though it's been 5 years since I've been to my hometown, I think of snow. Accumulation effect every time. Sorry.
Snow.
Random fact.
I think of Link and Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I think of snow.
What the heck? Anyways.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
Go for it, yeah.
Oh, okay. What can we talk about now?
What do you mean? You got plenty of stuff.
I do have a lot. So here, let me get this over for you guys. The news. U.S. authorities becoming more savvy in enforcing crypto sanctions. Basically, like what I was hinting to before, is they're getting better at not necessarily understanding the code or how it works or whatnot, but more so finding the servers that this code runs on, and if those servers are located in a country that will, work with the U.S.
This cracks me up.
Then it can happen. So, for example, obviously what happened with Tornado Cash, they just arrested the guy behind the code, which is outrageous. But there's another instance here where it says, let me find it. Garantex was although largely cut off from the compliant exchange ecosystem, Garantex still maintains a large user base in Russia. That's not what I was trying to read. Okay. Hydra, a darknet market that offered money laundering services to cyber criminals or just people who want to, preserve their privacy. In addition to facilitating drug sales, despite being based in Russia, its servers were located in Germany. So even though the people were in Russia, servers were in Germany. Law enforcement was able to seize the servers and essentially bring it down that way. But it being probably open source code and this being an open source community, people can just copy and paste that code, publish it again, and it can be running again. So in that way, crypto is very slippery for enforcers trying to shut it down completely, which is why I am always so skeptical, even though there's this like ominous ban of cryptocurrencies that any government would love to have you be fearful about, by the way. How they enforce that, they don't know. How they enforce that, no one knows, because quite skeptical that it's actually possible.
And also, the more rules and regulations that the more that people, these governments try to enforce this stuff, the more that the free market is going to make it much easier for people to skirt around these rules. Because think about it, you have essentially David and Goliath. So Goliath is government. David, who's versatile, who can run and flip and do all this stuff. You know, he's not just this huge person. He's he can skirt around anywhere. So he can skirt around governments, do whatever he can, right? Whereas Goliath has to go through all this bureaucracy, is huge, is hiring people.
He's not very smart.
Exactly. And hiring people that, anybody really working for government probably isn't the most creative person. Or
inspired person.
Exactly. So, because otherwise they'd be working for the free market. Come on. Anybody with half a brain is going to be working for the free market. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And, it's fine. Let them do this because the government's showing them their hand all the time. Like, oh, this is what we're trying to do. And then, you have tens of thousands of developers on the other hand going, oh, that's what you want to do? Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this for free. And nobody's going to tell me what I can't do because I'm permissionless. And they're going to go figure out a way to skirt around these rules. And that is so fun. Yeah. It's so fun.
Not to mention the fact, the other layer of this that is relatively new to crypto is that there are governments accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. That is huge. That is... Okay, any country that exists, any president of any country that exists that is aware of like the G20 meetings or, kind of like the World Economic Forum or NATO, all these things.
Can you say these things without getting...
We're going to find out.
Oh,
maybe.
Boy.
We're going to get shadow banned.
There we go.
I don't care, but... Basically, anyone who's a leader of a country is aware of certain powers that exist. And for them to accept a thing like Bitcoin as legal tender is kind of giving a stiff one to flicking off, pissing off any kind of world power that wants to have control over certain behaviors. And money supply is a huge part of that. El Salvador, Fiji, I'm sure there's others coming, especially there's a lot of countries in South and Central America, in Africa, that have just been royally screwed over by the powers that be, or however this world has been organized until now. And they see Bitcoin as an opportunity for them to, number one, hedge against that, and number two, be on the bleeding edge of this new digital economy that everyone sees inevitable, whether it's a central bank digital currency or Bitcoin. But for everyone who thinks like, oh, well, what if the US makes Bitcoin illegal? Cool. It's legal tender in El Salvador. It is legal tender in Fiji. So those are huge places where push comes to shove, these countries will benefit very much so from those who are searching for freedom if they're literally getting forced out of it in the country that they live in. This is a free world now. You can travel the world very easily and very inexpensively compared to how it was before. So, yeah.
So Mr. Keyframe says they can hit on off ramps. If you're American, you're screwed. And you know what? I do agree with that. Kind of. You're not screwed though, because there's plenty of people that will be working for Bitcoin.
And accepting Bitcoin as payment.
Exactly.
Just because Bitcoin is not legal tender, it doesn't mean that they're not allowed to accept Bitcoin as payment. Legal tender means that if you want to pay in Bitcoin, they have to accept it. Yeah. It doesn't mean that they have to, it doesn't mean that they cannot accept it if it's not legal tender. I think that's a really important point. And yeah, this whole concept of like you need a fiat on and off ramp, maybe for some things you do, but I think if you're really strategic and you're really aligning yourself to be 100% crypto, it is possible. But you have to be, I mean, that's obviously going to take a lot of maybe changes in your life and where your power supply comes from and how you pay your property taxes is going to be a different story as well. But
yeah, so getting back to this, you know, I think that FTX is a big example of like kind of being set up for failure. Like, come on.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, that's the topic.
Like that was kind of set up for failure right there. And this was, in my opinion, that is just like the scapegoat to bring down.
Oh, absolutely.
To bring over harsh regulations. Guys, if you really want regulations in this space, you're going to get them. And they're going to be so harsh that you're going to wish there wasn't any, because you won't be able to buy the crypto you want, because the barrier of entry is going to be so high that you won't be able to do what you really want to do with your money. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we left. And, you know, we don't look back. Reasons. Yeah, one of the many reasons. But speaking about leaving, Mo, thank you, sir, for the
Super chat.
€5. Do you have a plan B if Portugal ever became less crypto friendly? Any similar countries in mind that meets your current lifestyle? Well, yes, we have definitely a plan B. We can't really say right now what that is, but we do have a plan B. There are several of them. We have a plan B, plan C.
I mean, as it stands, their tax that they just announced, it's still tax-free if you hold it for a year. And they're not talking crypto to crypto trades. It's just crypto to fiat. So for us being in crypto, as long as we have the hodlers that we are, if we wanted to cash out, it's pretty tax-free for us still, regardless. Mm-hmm. So for us, that wasn't personally a very big deal. For people who just bought Bitcoin, say 2 months ago, and their plan is to cash out in 5 months, and that's like, you know, the make or break deal. I don't know. Personally, you got to get into crypto for more than just a year. Personally, that's my opinion. And it's tax-free for a year. But yeah, always, it's as much as like, okay, for example, Portugal was kind of our plan B first, and now that's where we're here. And that's the concept that we learned when we went to Nomad Capitalists this past September, was as much as you want to get comfortable, don't get comfortable, because anything can change in any minute for any reason. And so to be as nimble as possible, super beneficial. So yeah, we have a couple planned.
Let me just read Cole G. He says, I'm a new CT Club member. Welcome. Just got back into FTM after Toby's trade alert. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. Going to DCA, had forgotten about it after selling it a few months ago when I needed cash. So great job. You know, I think Phantom definitely is going to be able to facilitate more transactions instead of having everything on, say, Ethereum. So yeah, awesome.
Let's cover the other topic that is in our title, that is Digital Currency Group knew FTX was insolvent. This is coming after reports saying basically FTX was urging Alameda Research to pay back their loan back in May 2022. So that's at the same time that Alameda Research was basically margined and negatively leveraged, like $1.3 billion or something. So they had a huge loan out from Genesis, and that's the first stumbling block from Genesis, is that they had a loan for Alameda Research, and they were negatively affected when FTX went down and this whole debacle started. But they knew about this. They were scared about this back in May. June, July, August, September, October, 6 months before it actually went down. So what else does Digital Currency Group know about these other companies that they're invested in that they're not making public? Because there's a lot that they knew that they didn't make public because they're trying to save face or fake it till you make it, basically. So yeah, it's just you can't trust centralized exchange as far as you can, I don't know, throw it. You can't throw a centralized platform.
That was a good analogy, Eddie.
Hey, gotta trust code, not people at this point, because humans are always fallible, especially to greed. Golden Sun, thank you for the super chat. He says, thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you.
100 thumbs
Awesome.
up, sunshine. Another thing we're going to talk about here is Binance. Gotta love that. Binance FUD, guys. Crypto giant Binance bleeding assets. Turns out people are just going to use Binance for trading and not for a wallet provider, which is exactly how it should be, right? In the years before, I've done a few videos talking about Binance, and they're kind of shady practices trying to incentivize people to keep their coins on that exchange through things like lending, staking, locked staking. So now probably these people who had unlocked staking are finally unlocked and they're getting their coins off.
So now Binance is, here's my guess. Binance is going to up the yield off of these like staking. Oh,
absolutely.
Coins.
Or some other incentive model to keep coins
on.
But here is the main takeaway, guys, is that Binance is not it's handling these withdrawals. It's not pausing withdrawals. It's not showing any signs of difficulty in terms of liquidity for this mass exodus leaving Binance, which is great. It's also great that people are finally waking up and realizing that exchanges are for trading and it's not a wallet provider. And that's the key takeaway for this article.
Sure. But also like Binance is 8 times as big as its competitor.
And maybe it's
Coinbase?
less so after this. So that's great.
No, because people are taking their coins off Coinbase as well.
Great.
Well, so there you go. So that's why you're going to, the new Ledger wallet, that's going to get pretty popular.
When you see prices either go up dramatically or go down dramatically, coins are going to go back on the exchange because people want to trade it. They want to take advantage of the price difference. And that's fine. That's exactly what they're built for.
And people are learning how to take self-custody of their crypto, which is, it's getting easier and easier for people to go ahead and do that, especially with hardware wallets and stuff.
You are absolutely capable of doing this.
It's so easy.
Each and every one of you who is watching this live stream.
Exactly. And then they're going to get used to decentralized exchanges.
If you think other people are able to do this as well, please hit the like button, guys. Let's get this message out. Let's empower people. Let's not make people think that they're not capable of learning a new skill. Okay? Can tell I'm kind of sick of that message being spread by some people who have a conflict, or what is it? Conflict of interest? Yeah.
That's Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, like the video I posted a few days ago. Crypto payments firm Wyre limits withdrawals as it mulls strategic options amid market downturn. So going into what I was just saying about, we were just saying about Binance, Wyre is a crypto payments platform, obviously also a custodial platform, because they will limit withdrawals to a maximum of 90% of funds currently in each customer account. If you have funds on Wyre, the most you could ever take out is 90%. There you go. It's actually their money, and they're not going to let you take out everything that you believe to be yours. Withdrawals will also be subjected to current daily limits. Here is your another daily reminder to self-custody.
Dude,
if this is the better option than trying to learn how to use a crypto wallet, then I think you're getting scammed.
Sure. But then again, the limits per day is what, 140,000? But if you have 20 million.
Daily withdrawal limits are set to 5 Bitcoin, 50 Ethereum, and 200 or 20,000 in either US in stable coins, basically. Okay. Oh yeah. 150 to 140, $150 a day.
150,000 a day. Yeah.
Hey, some people have a lot of money on exchanges. Oh, what?
Let's go to some of these guys.
Okay, let's see some more super chats, guys. Thank you. CDC, thank you for your super chat. Sir. Have you visited Dubai but didn't agree that it is a crypto-friendly space compared to Portugal? I guess. Can you tell us more about why Dubai isn't?
Oof, that's a hard one, guy. That's a tough one.
Question,
That's
guys.
a tricky question.
I have a sneaky suspicion that necessarily it's the banks that are mostly not crypto friendly. And furthermore, I think they're strategically waiting for when they roll out their own CBDC. And then suddenly they're going to be all into crypto, make that relevant. I think it would, honestly, the way that Dubai has marketed itself and aligned itself with, you know, investments, new money pouring in, investing in that city, like crypto goes hand in hand with that. Mm-hmm. But it is a Muslim country. And what is halal and what is haram are debatable in terms of cryptocurrencies, especially in terms of earning profits. If it's through lending, for example, that is not halal for some people. It's like I said, it's debatable. But so it's a tricky situation with Dubai. But I have a feeling it will be, but it's not clearly crypto friendly yet.
I think that it'll be more friendly when the next bull market comes out. It's
when more money is pouring
because
into
it's popular, you know.
But as with anything, there's ways to buy, for example, property with crypto. Exactly. People are making it happen. That is kind of the beauty of Dubai, is that if you have money, if people see a potential for making things happen, if there's a need, they're going to service that. So there's definitely kind of behind the scenes things happening with crypto for sure.
Yep, exactly.
So
Kieran Luftus.
Thank you for the super much. Chat. And a cute little dancing guy. What are you doing? Number 1 fan. Thank you. Uriel, thank you for the blessing. That's very nice of you. For Karen Dale, first thing I learned in CT Club, self-custody. Thanks.
Absolutely. I mean, we are called, and this is great. I love that we're called this. We're called hardware wallet shills. And I totally love that.
Shill?
That's a great thing to shill. Man, you have a lot of people shilling a lot of crap, right?
Yeah.
Like that are just literally put it out there.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel with that one.
They sell on their people that they're trying to sell this crap to. I'll never apologize for...
I'll never feel bad about
telling people about hardware wallets. Yeah. By the way, if you want to buy a hardware wallet, we got Ledger in the link below. I think we got Trezor too.
Yeah, we have Ledger and Trezor. They're affiliate links, so it helps support our channel. You don't have to use those affiliate links. Feel free to go to ledger.com, trezor.io, and just buy a hardware wallet. That would make me very happy.
Josh Atkinson, I'm here. Good to see you.
Dave D isn't here. He had to go to work.
Oh, bye,
Josh.
Dave D.
Sorry. You're calling out Dave D in the comments. He's not here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I
had to
to
go to work.
Will products like Stacks help people move to self-custody? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
like how... See, this is when we become like the old crypto curmudgeons. Like, we don't like the big screen. We don't like how fancy the Ledger Stacks is.
Yeah, it's too fancy
we
for me.
sound old and like curmudgeon about it.
Yeah, it's too fancy for me.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in and for your comments. Albert Smith. You guys are funny. What is Wasabi Wallet? You know it. Yeah, Wasabi Wallet is great. Someone actually said that I should interview maybe one of the devs for them or someone from that team, and I definitely think that's a good idea. So Archer, I know you're here in the comments too. Maybe we can reach out to someone from Wasabi and let's get some interviews going on this channel. Now that we're kind of back in Portugal in the studio, it's easier to do interviews here. But anyway, you guys, it's been 40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes. Okay. Guys, that's all we have.
Thanks for watching.
But hey,
hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely hit like and subscribe. And please stay disobedient. And
Toby surfed some big waves today, by the way. That's why we pushed this back by an hour.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was yesterday was like 70 foot, maybe a little bigger. Today it was around 50 foot, maybe a little bigger than that. Yeah, I've got one wave and got my partners into a lot of ways. So we use a jet ski out here. If you don't know this channel, we live in a place called Nazare, and there's really big surf here. And so we have jet skis that get us into these waves that are too big to physically paddle into. And yeah, so that's what we've been doing today, and pretty much spent all day out there. And was like, all right, Heidi, I gotta like have the whole day cleared for this, because I don't want to be thinking about the live stream today specifically, because the bigger it is, the more you really have to pay attention to the safety of your partner, because some guy actually died here last
very
week.
Sad.
And in front of his family and stuff. Yeah, a couple days ago. And it just tells you how really dangerous this wave is. It's the most treacherous piece of ocean in the world. And what happens is a lot of people that shouldn't be out here are out here, that I haven't trained a lot. Like, for instance, me, I'm in the gym 7 days a week. I do not take a break.
Seriously.
You can tell him. And you know, I eat a clean diet. I go to bed early. I try to keep I'm pretty much a Nazi when it comes to my diet, just to survive this wave. So people walking up here haven't trained, haven't really surfed that much, and you know,
it's turned into like a novelty wave for people. Like, it's just like their one hit wonder. They're just gonna get one wave. They don't take it very seriously. Yeah. In my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but from the outside, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, and a lot of people are treating it like a circus or a what is it called? Amusement park. So you got to be careful with that, because then, you know, that could lead to people dying. So which we had. So anyways, didn't mean to leave you on that sad note, but I'm alive, so that's good. And
stoked.
The tips is still here. Anyways,
woo, that's a loud ring.
Talk to you soon. Guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.